Hi everyone, and welcome to our options guide for sports science. It's great that you've taken the time to have a look at what we do and you're interested in the course, and hopefully I can give you a little bit more information. Just a little bit on the process. I'm sure you'll have seen this in other subjects, but this is the timeline that you'll be working to over the coming weeks when choosing your subjects for your GCSEs. So, a little bit about sports science. Sports science is one of the fastest growing industries in the country. It has a huge following. Everyone understands the sheer scale of the different sports that take place in this country. For instance, the Premier League brings in billions of pounds to the country and is a massive industry across the world. So the development of sports science as an industry is something that is rapidly growing. There's lots of jobs, lots of opportunities, and we feed into that by giving you an understanding of sports science at GCSE level. So what we look at on the course is we look at training, so physical training, how you train, what methods of training you would use, how your body responds to training, and we look at actually writing a training program for an athlete. We look at sports psychology, which is the study of the mind and how your brain affects how you perform in sport. So we look at things like personality, motivation, aggression. We then go on to look at sports injury. Sports injury is the one examined unit on the course. I'll talk about that more in a minute. But sports injury is a really interesting topic. There's a large number of jobs available in sports rehabilitation and sports injury. Things like physiotherapy, things like sports rehabilitation specialists and sports therapists. The sports injury unit is really interesting because you get to learn about how these injuries occur, how to prevent those injuries, and how to then treat those injuries when they have occurred. Personal favourite of mine, sports nutrition, is the final unit we cover. Sports nutrition is all about what you put in your body and how that affects your performance in sport. So the better the quality of food you're putting into your body, the better your performance. We look at how you can maximise that performance through nutrition. In terms of the assessment, I mentioned that we have there is an exam as part of the course. It's one exam, it's 25% of the course. The exam is 1 hour long, and then there are 3 coursework units, and each coursework unit is worth 25%. So 75% coursework, 25% exam. In terms of how you progress from the course, from here you could take sport at what they call level 3, which is A levels, BTEC level 3s, or Cambridge Technicals. These are on offer at most of the colleges local to us. There are also lots of apprenticeships available in sport, often in things like sports development. And then on from that, you could go down a coaching route, and you could train as a specific coach in a specific sport, or you could go on to university and do degrees in things like sports science or sports coaching or sports business management. We deliver a gateway curriculum at the start of year 9. That curriculum covers a lot of different aspects, but it gets students engaged in the course and the topic. You'll learn about coaching, leadership, physiology, anatomy. You'll have a good understanding of the human body by the time you finish that gateway curriculum. It's broken down into little mini projects or standalone lessons. But there's lots of practical activities in there, lots of making and creating, along with activities such as coaching and learning how to lead within a group. In terms of choosing sport is a fantastic option. We're one of the top performing courses in the country. Baysgarth were in the top 1% last year, and we continue to teach at a really high level, and it's a great subject to give yourself a really good chance of getting a good grade. In terms of where you'd go from with your career in sport. You're looking at things like teaching, coaching, physiotherapy, sports therapy, rehabilitation, psychology, nutrition, public services, but there are loads. At the end of the day, someone who's got an interest in sport, someone who takes part in sport, and has a qualification in sport, to an employer, you're going to be someone that is clearly healthy, interested in your own well-being, and you're more likely to keep yourself fit and healthy and able to work. So you become a valuable asset. All in all, if you do have questions about sports science, you want to know anything more about it, ask the PE staff. We're more than happy to help, and we'd love to have you take our course next year. Thanks for listening, everyone. See ya.